Well, hello and good evening, everyone. So I might have screwed up some of the imagery for tonight, but that's what happens when I try and play around with OBS and I'm not great at things and I click buttons that I don't know what they do. So hopefully you can all hear me, and welcome to our release stream for 5.5. So we do have a couple of cool features to show off to everybody. Very excited about some of them. Some of them have been asked for a little while. The big one was a little bit more work that we did on the party sheet. So I have my party set up here in this random hallway from just a map that I chose. And we've got our cool retrieve tokens. So all of my tokens are spread out. But if I want to bring them back in, I click and they all fly back into the party. And of course, then I can dump them back out right on the scene. So it's nice. You can move the party around and then have your people hop out. So something that I didn't really demo so well, but there you go. Lots and lots of fun. So if we open up the party sheet, which again, just hit P, we can do a couple of cool new things. So here's the stash. And right now I've thrown in a cheetah's elixir. One of the cool things that we've added in this one is you can simply drag it to one of the characters. So I can open up a Miri's sheet, and under consumables right now we see she has no cheetah's elixir. We can take it from here and drag it, and voila, it transfers over to her sheet. We don't have a handy way to put it back, so unfortunately you'll just have to open up both sheets. And again, you can do that really quickly by hitting the P and C sheet characters. And you can just drag it in and then drag it to someone else. And so if we open up Jarrell's sheet, there we go. It's now on Jarrell. So one cool thing that we can do is transfer, trying to make it a little bit easier. We can do the same thing with coins. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in. So I'll add 60 coins. And so we can drag and drop them over as well. So I'll make it a little bit easier if your players want to take some of the wealth for themselves. So we can open up a Miri again. One thing that's been asked for quite a while is renaming and repricing. So if we take a look at the +1 hide armor, you'll see the name's hide armor, but it has a +1 rune, and it's upgraded the price. We can make it greater resilient, and the price goes up. We can add in some property rooms, and the price goes up again. When we close it, you can see that the name changed. And up here, the name changed as well. So that's in. People can be very happy. That's one of the things that Shark fundraised for. So I'll happily plug our Extra Life again. I'm sure Shark will come up with some cool other ideas for fundraising, which is coming up very soon. So haven't planned it quite yet. I know I promised that I'd figure out what I was going to do. Have not done that yet, but I'll come up with something pretty cool that we'll do for the Extra Life event. So that's the armor. We also have a couple of cool things that we can do. So I'm going to pull out a new copy of Korakai. This version of Korakai is a battle oracle. And I'm going to drag over an invisible ghost commoner. So right now it's invisible, but that doesn't mean that it's not making noise. So Korakai can't see it, but Korakai can hear it. One cool thing that we have added is rules-based vision can now be toggled per scene. So if you've got a scene where you don't want to use the default for the world, and if you want to check out your world settings, you can click on this button to pull up the world settings. So right here is rules-based vision. Glowing lets you know what your world setting is. So right now it's enabled, but we can also set the hearing range. So I can set the hearing range to say 5. So Korakai here hears the ghost commoner if it's in 5 feet, but it's a really loud party going on. So the ghost commoner is 10 feet away. Korakai can no longer see it. If we remove it, just delete the value, save changes, and you can hear it once again. So something that was asked for, we can now set hearing. So if you do want, you can set it per scene. If you don't want hearing to be infinite the way it is in the rules, very, very easy for you to set now. So hopefully that's something that people will like and enjoy. So Korakai here, we can get him into a little bit of a battle. So we've added the Ghost Commoner. And so we see Ghost Commoner here, it's a trivial encounter. So the encounter math that we now do is based on the party that you have. So if I go to my party sheet, you'll see that my party has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in it. So what it's going to do is it'll award 13 XP. So right now we have the Ghost Commoner that's worth 20 XP times 4/6, because there's 4 members divided by in a normal party divided by 6 total people. gives you about 13. It does the rounding for you, and it tells you it's a trivial encounter. So Korakai that we have here is a battle oracle. And one of the cool things about the battle oracle is if we look at their curse, in their moderate curse, you get fast healing. So we can add Korakai to the battle. I will roll some initiative for them. And we can begin the encounter. So Korakai gets fast healing, but he only gets it in a non-trivial encounter. So we can pop this out. We can start scrolling through rounds, and we see Korakai does not get anything. So why don't we make this a little bit more dangerous and say, I don't know, add a level 20 Balor to the scene, because he can totally handle that, right? So if we go back to our tracker, we can add him in, and you'll see now it's a severe threat. So 180 total XP times 4 players divided by 6 party members awards 120. So that guy's in, and we can advance through the turns. So it's Korakai's turn, started Korakai's turn, thanks to his curse, he gets 2 healing. So there's a cool little piece of automation that's been thrown in that is a little bit difficult. But this seems a little bit much for Battle Oracle Korakai, so let's bring forward the party. The party's mostly going to stand back, except for this version of Korakai, which is a level 11 Flames Oracle. So we'll turn on his Curse of Engulfing Flames, and what we will do is we will up it. There's Moderate and Major. So one of the cool things that we've added is we can now do some animations for your auras. It does mean that aura rendering has changed slightly. You can add this in as a rule element, and it will just work. So we'll have more documentation for this coming soon, but some of this stuff can now be done. It's not applying it in particular, but we now have a visual indicator. This here is from Jules and Ben's assets. It was very, very helpful for our testing to have their free asset pack. Some of the stuff is really, really cool, so you guys should take a look at it. So the Jules and Ben's package. So it's not packaged in with the system. We're not planning on packaging animations in the system, but this is something that you can add for yourself. And I'm sure that someone can find the link. As if I was smart, I would have done this for. I think this is the one. Ah, here we go. Here's their website. And you can get the Foundry link. Yeah, if somebody wants to go and find the actual package link, you are more than welcome to throw that one in there. So let's turn this off for now. One of the other things that we've added is... Oh, that's not the right one. I think Amiri has sudden charge. So now when you post sudden charge or you post feats with action costs, you'll now see the action cost glyph pop up. It's something that some people had asked for because it really, really helps. Things like spells have it written in the bottom to say how many actions they're using. Reactions just sort of pop up anyways, but the number of actions during a turn, this is a nice little visual indicator, so something that we added on. Now, this was also a request. If you go over to the biography pages, you can now see that each section can individually be toggled on or off, and this will change what the other players see in limited view. So if you don't want them to see your backstory or your birthplace, your personality, or any of the campaign notes, you can simply toggle them on or off. So that's something that's available now. If you want them to see more, then fantastic, you can let them see more. And I think those are all the biggest changes that are out for the moment. So obviously people are here to find out a couple other things that maybe were teased. And so it would be fair not to wait. So with no further ado, what everyone's been waiting for, Teeklo the Goblin. Hi everyone, it's Teeklo again. This week, very important. As a merchant, I have very, very great appreciation for those who help, because although I sell, it takes many, many people to help me and be able to control things like all the stuff in my warehouse. And so I want to recognize a couple of people from the Paizo warehouse who've done excellent jobs. Nobody ever really hears about all of those people, but they are very, very expert raptor wranglers. In the warehouse, there's Alexander Crane, Summer Forsh, James Maffey, Evan Panique, Jesus Rayano Ortiz, Heather Payne, Kevin Underwood, and their manager, who's an expert in raptor wrangling, Jeff Strand. How do I know he's an expert? Because I went to try and get things from the warehouse, and I had to run away. In addition to being the ones that have to, actually make sure that all the things that are bought come out, they have significant amounts of knowledge that help. Some of these people have been working longer than even Teeklo. They've been invaluable in moving everything over to Paizo's new warehouse so things can go even faster, and in advocating for themselves and everyone else to ensure that everyone makes logistical decisions that actually work, that are best for the company, and get the products all out. And who doesn't like that? That doesn't even scratch the surface of everything they do to support everyone else. They're the ones who put together all of the presentation things to go out to places like conventions. You never really get to see them, but without them and all their work, people like me would not be able to make all of the money. Teeklo believes very much in fairness, so he makes sure that he always gives extra gold to the people in the warehouse. So, coming back, there is another thing to make a quick announcement. Battlezoo has launched, or will, I guess, be launching soon, its brand new Kickstarter. So if you liked the Ancestries book, it'll be wrapping up in December, but they're already at work in the next in their year format. So I'm guessing that we can expect another Foundry module releasing month to month. But this is the Year of Legends. If you want to be announced when everything comes out, there's a link that'll send you to Backer Kit. There's more information all over. If you've on their mailing list for the current book, you'll probably already know that this is coming out, but anyone who doesn't, Year of Legends, it's a whole bunch of new playable races. So month by month, starting in January, we get Angels. In February, we get Evil Eyes. In March, we get Sphinxes. In April, we get Gargoyles. In May, Were Creatures. In June, Lamias. July are Giants. August, Golemborns. September, we get the Swarm Bloods. October, Psychopomps. So if you're a huge fan of Pharasma, that's where you want to go. In November, Cerebrophages. So if you wanted to be a Mind Flayer, this is obviously definitely not that. And in December, for all of those who like trees, it's the Arboreals. So if you have a desire to play as an Ent, this one's coming for you. So all of that is coming. Now, okay, I think I really know why people actually wanted to come to my presentation today. So I'm happy to show off a pre-release copy of Kingmaker that I definitely didn't break in and steal. So this map here is one of the many remastered maps. I will let you know that this is a pre-release version that I've been given the privilege of being able to show off. So this is mostly complete, but it's not perfectly complete. They've got some cool stuff that I can show off. So here we have a copy of the Stolen Lands. For the players, you'll see that the party works, and the party vision is actually restricted. So they've done some really cool stuff to actually make on the hex grid vision restricted. And so you can move around and explore as a party, and it'll start to explore the map for you. Otherwise, it's sort of this other map. Like it's a version of like a paper map. This map was custom made specifically by the original artist. So Foundry actually hired them, the original artist who did the map on. His name's Damien. And so this is exclusive. All the maps from the book, if the book provided a map, either Narky or Al Austin remastered it. If it was a region-specific maps, it was digitally upscaled and specifically realigned so that it works on the VTT grid. So what I can tell you, a couple of things. I don't know exactly when this is going to come out. It's really something that we'll kind of see, I guess, as we go along. But if I were to make an educated guess, I don't know. I would guess maybe the 28th. Hey, look, a random timer countdown started. Who knew? So if I had to guess, maybe sometime around then. I will tell you that I've already downloaded it. It looks like it's going to be absolutely massive. It's about 1 gig, so make sure that you've got space for your Kingmaker module. When it comes out, it's coming out in 2 parts. So the first part will give you pretty much everything up to Chapter 6, and that's what I have here right now. And chapter 6, that's not insubstantial. So you can see literally lots and lots of maps. And more important, if you want playlists, Nath has definitely done sort of amazing work once again. And we have a ridiculous number of audios playlists. And it's not like they're all just one single piece of audio. So there's lots specific to the adventure, as well as a bunch of different ambient playlists. A lot of the playlists, if you've played the video game, we've been fortunate enough to have that all sort of come alongside. Owlcat was great. They gave both access and permission for everything that they made for the game to be added in. For those of you who are doing Kingdom management, it's almost ready in the system itself. It'll be released alongside the module, so you can expect that shortly soon. It's everything that you would absolutely expect. So we've got all of the @check values. We have definitions. Pop back to the other map. If I remember right. No, not which one of these? I'm sure one of them had an encounter for us to look at. Oh, there you go. So it has the same restyled. I actually really like the border art. It just fits so well. But this is what you can be looking for in the package. What else can I tell you about this? So there's over 500 tokens and portraits. There'll be a bunch of party portraits for you to use. The second part that will finish it all off, anyone who buys it will get the second part for free. It'll be added on, fully configured for chapter 7 to 11 and any of the appendices, all the extra audio playlists and audio files, any additional content that they can find time and a way to fit in. And this is expected all by the end of the year. So some other things that you might want to know. It's sort of in final testing and review right now. A couple of community members have volunteered to help out. Pricing is one of the last things that's defined. Rumor is it will cost less to, or be similar to the cost of the hardcover. And realistically, if that is true, it's definitely far less than the cost of any other 6-book APs. I do know for a fact that if you have the PDF, you will get a PDF discount on the Paizo site if you own the second edition hardcover version of the PDF. So they have also told me that when they release part 2, they're going to take great pains to try and make sure that when you do the actual import, everything that comes in, any exploration that you've already done, will just sort of pull in and not interfere with anything that you've done. So any of the previous work won't be overwritten by the new work. It will require the current version of Foundry and at least the version of the system that we're presently on. So this release video is going to be the minimum requirement because it's got a lot of Kingdom Sheet material in. And then, of course, that is going to require Foundry version 11.308. And with that, I think that is everything that I know about the Kingmaker module. I kind of want to scroll around and show you things, and I also kind of don't want to do that because it's a really great reason. So expect it coming out soon. Other than that, as per usual, I'm happy to take a couple of minutes and answer any questions if people happen to have them, or at least try to answer them. Is this just part 1? Right now, yes. What's going to come out the end of this month, maybe in 9 or 10 days. I really just threw up a timer because it's fun. There's no guarantee that that time is right. How automated are Kingdom turns? That's a really good question that I have absolutely no answer to. How is ownership discount determined? Well, you buy it on the Paizo website, and it's up to Paizo to apply it. If you own the Paizo PDF, when you buy the module, it should discount it. If it doesn't, then I highly recommend talking to Paizo because they're the ones who really control that aspect. It's all part of their web store. Any news on mass combat for Kingmaker Pathfinder 2nd? Nope. Campaign rules? Nothing in particular that I know. Can I show the Kingdom sheet? I am not ready to show the Kingdom sheet. What are those hex buttons on the world map? I think they're just notes, if that's what you mean. These? They're just locations. So, locations and a link to their notes. Show them Kingdom creation. So army sheets in the system soon? Yes. I'm really not prepared to demonstrate that stuff yet. Is weather and cooking. I have no idea because I haven't played around enough with it. You think Paizo will do Wrath of the Righteous in 2nd edition for Foundry? They would have to write Wrath of the Righteous for 2nd edition first, and they've sort of said that they really don't want to do any other remasters of 1st edition material to bring it to 2nd edition. I think that they have other plans. Tracker says XP award. Is it actually the award amount or is the XP budget it presumes you used? I just asked because the rules say not to change the actual XP awarded to match the player numbers, even if you're supposed to adjust the budget for it. So the number that you see in the tracker, what you do is you adjust it and it puts the severity range. And from the severity range, it gives you the XP that you should award. I promise that we put this towards the rules. There's lots of people who will disagree with how we did it towards the rules, but we did it the best way we possibly can. In other modules, you could click a Foundry only module by page. I'm not even sure what that means. You can buy the module standalone. Yes, you absolutely can. I'm not sure if you get the PDF as part of purchasing the module. I think that's normally how Paizo does things, but that's a good question for Paizo and definitely not for a random volunteer. Summoner Eidolon love to be integrated into core features. For summoners and Eidolons, it's going to end up being someone who takes the time to put it into the system. Is the Kingdom rule system itself premium or free? It is free. It will be part of the system built in. The price is going to be similar to buying the hardcover book. That's about the price point that I think they're aiming for. Kingmaker was special and needed a Kickstarter. Yeah. Can you high level explain what's part 1 and part 2? Part 1 is everything up to the end of chapter 6. Part 2 is chapters 7 to 11, the appendices. Any other things, sequels to Kingmaker or Wrath of the Righteous? That again will be up to Paizo. Kingmaker tool module still needed? No, everything that's going to be released will not depend on any other modules. Any news on when part 2 will release? Before the end of the year. That's as much as I know. The previous Foundry modules I bought included the PDF. That's the expectation. But again, that's really up to Paizo. I am not sure. Are the quest things from Kingmaker Companion in here as well? At this point, that is an unknown whether or not they'll be added. So Companion Guide, Kingmaker Companion. Is there an easy way to handle party XP allocation from the difficulty tracker for situations where players miss games? Because they might not be in combat, but they're still in the party sheet. So the way that it works in Pathfinder per the rules, if anybody is in the party, even if they're not present, and there's a specific example where the rogue's out looting something else, they still get the experience from the combat. And if the rogue goes off and finds something, everyone gets the experience from the rogue retrieving that. In any case, we have not allocated or created any way to give out XP on bulk. It's just a tool to help tell you how much and to help you build encounters. It's not there for issuing out XP because there's lots of people who, while they're running the encounters, will remove people from trackers and then the XP changes. So it's just something for you to know. What is the next big project? I have literally no idea. Is the severity of the encounter viewable only by the GM or the players? It is only all of the information about the encounter itself is only viewable by the GM. There is no way to show it to the players. And I don't think that even if people wanted that, that's something that we would do because players shouldn't know, because if you have the actors hidden, you've got one mitflit in the room and there's a Balor hiding behind that they haven't discovered. I really don't think that you want to spoil it, because if there's one mitflit for a party of level 5 characters and all of a sudden it says severe, that's going to raise some eyebrows if they only see one mitflit in the tracker. Do I have a favorite chapter in Kingmaker? Not yet, but we'll see. I'm sure that if you wanted to provide Nath with his preferred booze, I have 1 or 2 suggestions. Is the countdown to release date for Kingmaker? Maybe. It's my best educated guess. What is the tool to drop your entire group on the map? Well, I mean, I don't know that there's specifically a tool, but if you're looking for it, you can just go to the actor tab, grab the party, and drop it the same way you drop any actor. If you want to hop them out, there's a little deposit token button. And you can make them pop in and out. You can move them over somewhere else and have them all pop out there. Handy for moving things around. You have to buy part 1 or 2 separately? No, it's all one thing. Part 2, when it comes out, will be a free, consider it an upgrade to the module. Any word on the upcoming stream you'll be GMing? I have nothing to announce quite yet. Soon. I'm still working on it with some of the people from the Paizo Union. We'll let you know as soon as we do. Is this party icon? This party icon is one of the ones that will be built into the Kingmaker module. I just stole it as one of the example of the tokens that you can possibly select from the assets. As for companion guide, at this point, I have nothing to say. I don't know. I'm not really involved. I asked, and there's no decision that's made yet. We'll just have to wait and see, unfortunately. How's the pot roast smelling? It smells wonderful. I can't wait. I feel like I'm about 20 minutes from the instant pot going off. How are the tokens placed from the party actor? Well, very intelligently, I'll say. I'll stick it right next to the wall, and you'll see that it won't put it through the wall. Instead, it'll start to push it around. How would random encounters work? Any work with that, or is that on your own? Random encounters are random. You sort of build them, but now if you want, so you can create an encounter. I'll end this one. And if you'd like, you can go and prep. So I can just pick a random room. Let's just open up, I don't know. I'll open up the first bestiary. You can pull out a couple of characters that you just want to play around with. Just drop those in there. So now I've got a bunch of characters. And so I can go to my sort of encounter builder, and then as I add characters, it'll tell me what the party would face. So it lets you know how much experience is in there and the amount that would necessarily be awarded based on what you've done, or just gives you an idea. After that, you can award as you see. So right now I'm at a budget of 320 out of 240 XP for a level 6 party. So it's up to you if you want to award the exact amount. It's right there. Otherwise, if you want to award the amount for the type of encounter, it's right there. I haven't played around with it, but here's toggle token hex. So you can hover over top. And edit hex data. You can open it up. You can say that it's been recoined, or it can be mapped. So there you go in the exploration. It's now updated. And let's say that they clear and claim it. Voila. So it changes color. And it lets you know that it's now part of your kingdom. The price has not been announced. I haven't been told an official price yet. It will be coming soon, but expect it to cost about the same as the Kingmaker hardcover book. And if you do have the PDF, you will get a PDF discount. Will the video be available yet later? Yep, it'll be on our YouTube channel. Does the XP tracker include hazards? Yes, it does. The XP that is in the tracker is just suggested. And it does not auto-award it. Update on the class icons missing. Whenever we commission it, just hasn't been done yet. At some point, we'll throw some money at the artist again, I'm sure. Will it be easy to reverse engineer the hex stuff for other exploration games? I hope so. It's something we plan on adding in. Is there an easy way to build buildings? More to come soon. Is it 10 days until the release? Maybe. Maybe 9. But I'm pretty confident it'll come out before the end of the month, that's for sure. So, unless anybody has any other pressing questions, hopefully that answers a whole bunch of them. Yes, I know that I'd love to be able to tell you more information about Kingmaker, but At this point, I really can't because I really don't know. The kingdom rules are going to be following along the lines of how they're implemented because we definitely try to put the system rules as written as much as we can. So another map or two? You know how compatible modules will be with this? That's up to module makers. That's not up to us. Okay. Go to scenes. How about we look at this one? There we go. Nice island. Nice darkened fort. River camp. There you go now. There's some that don't have art applied yet. Probably just missing from the mapping file. So there we go. Click on the crown button. Fine, fine. So here we go. We can build our kingdom. I guess I actually have to save. So there we go. There is some of the kingdom information. Well, now I have to scroll and see where I left chat. Will we get a discount for the Kingmaker hardcover book? No, because there's no way to... Paizo doesn't link it. I don't know why. That's a Paizo thing. That's a web store thing. If you have any questions, I'm going to direct you 100% to Paizo. I have no idea if there's generic encounter maps. I think that there might be somewhere, but I don't actually know. Oh, here you go. Some hex encounter maps. Are those Cobalt DM maps? No, all of these were custom made for the Kingmaker Adventure Path. They were done using Forgotten Adventure arts, and they were made by Al Austin and Narky. Can you change the image for the party? You absolutely can. So it's the same as changing anything else. So I just took the this one from the party tokens, but you can make it whatever you want. Make it look like a... Here you go. It's an archer for an army. That's the party. Don't know why you do that. Oh, where was it? Party. Party tokens. There we go. Arcane returns automated as well with this module. I don't know. I haven't played around with it. Yeah, it'll be very easy to apply it. It's the same as applying it to any other actor. There is not a random encounter generator, no. There are maps that you can use, but the system hasn't made any sort of random encounter generator, and I have literally no idea if they plan to make it for Kingmaker, but I kind of doubt it. I don't know if any roll tables are included. There you go. There are some roll tables. So there you go. 3 bandits. So there's at least that. Well, if that's all that we have question-wise, I think I'm going to go and finally have my pot roast. So thank you all for coming up. Once again, a special thank you to everybody from the Paizo warehouse for all that they do to make sure that we get our products on time, well packaged. They're a pretty awesome staff. They certainly deserve all of the credit. If it wasn't for them, things wouldn't go out, and if things didn't go out, Paizo wouldn't make the products that we love. So I hope Paizo's getting lots of financial success. Thanks to them for helping to be a really key support driver for it, and hopefully that success is spread out amongst all of the staff. Yeah, I will agree with Cyan of Kresnik. The packaging that they've done has always been amazing. With that, I'm going to wish everybody a wonderful evening and stay tuned for lots more cool stuff coming out in 5.6. Have a good evening.